Hello, good evening. I'm Roger Johnson. Welcome to North West Tonight. Thank you for joining us this evening. Our top story. A court is told that 3 men all tried to kill themselves after being falsely accused of rape by a woman who made it all up. Eleanor Williams from Barrow is being sentenced for perverting the course of justice. Also tonight, three men who were falsely accused of raping a woman who made it all up all tried to kill themselves. One of them told the court today that his life was hell on earth. Eleanor Williams from Barrow and Furness was found guilty of perverting the course of justice in January. The testimony from the men was heard today ahead of her sentencing at Preston Crown Court. Now, some of the images in this report are upsetting because we're going to go live to Phil McCann. He's outside the court for us tonight to tell us more about what happened today. And Phil, some of these men have been living with this hanging over them for 5 years now.
Yes, Roger, and that's because one of those men was arrested back in 2017 after she accused him of rape. And in a statement read out in court today, he described how he was with his mum and her carers when the police came in and announced that he was going to be arrested on suspicion of rape. The court heard from 4 of the men who she accused today and who were arrested on the strength of her allegations. She accused them either of rape or, in some cases, she said the men were part of an Asian grooming gang that had been abusing her and others across the north of England for years. She made various graphic allegations. These were men who either said they didn't know Eleanor Williams or had only met her fleetingly. They talked about how their lives had been ruined. One broke down in tears as he read his own statement. He said his life had been made hell on earth. He said, "I still bear the scars to this day." And he also told the court that he tried to take his own life after the pressure got too much. Another tried to take his own life after he spent time on remand on the sex offenders wing of Preston Prison because he was charged on the strength of her allegations. He's since been diagnosed, he said, with post-traumatic stress disorder and has a high prescription for antidepressants. Another man she accused said that he tried to take his own life, and on top of that his mental health deteriorated so much that on 2 separate occasions he was sectioned under the Mental Health Act.
And Phil, these allegations had a huge impact on Eleanor Williams' hometown in Barrow in Cumbria, and the judge heard a bit about that today.
Yeah, and that's because Williams' claims were so well known because she wrote a Facebook post in 2020 in which she detailed some of her allegations and accompanied with it some graphic images of her supposed injuries which the police said were faked. There was a campaign which raised thousands of pounds in support of her. Posters popped up across Barrow. There were protests that were held as well. The men that she accused said that that made them feel uneasy about leaving the house. Many of them didn't leave the house for a very long time. One talked of death threats that they'd received on social media, and there were others who felt pressure too. There were Indian restaurants in Barrow that were attacked. In fact, the superintendent responsible for day-to-day policing in Barrow said that the town hadn't seen such public displays of mass anger in over 30 years.
And Phil, in discussing a possible motive for the allegations, the court heard today from a psychiatrist.
That's right, this was a psychiatrist for the defence who had spoken extensively to Eleanor Williams, who said that she had diagnosed her with post-traumatic stress disorder after what she described as abusive, unpleasant experiences in her childhood. Now, Williams still maintains that her allegations are true and says that she intends to seek an appeal, but tomorrow she'll be sentenced for perverting the course of justice.
Phil, thank you very much indeed. Phil McCann there.